I got one, buddy. I got one. Call me back later.
Hey guys, so this is the first hunting video that we put together. One's with Joe's success with a turkey hunt, and then one with success of a mule deer hunt. And we're pretty excited that we were able to put it together. It's kind of the ending of the hunt, but it's the success that we had. Joe, is there anything that you'd like to...
No, I guess I say no, but yeah. So it's my turkey hunt from spring of 2021, and just kind of give you a little background. Like Eric said, it's the aftermath, meaning I didn't get any footage of the hunt happening, like of the turkey, mostly because I was spending my time hiking up this hill, and I was beat. It was quite the hill I was hiking up, and like you'll see in the video, I was trying to make it to this tree to get some shade. And the spot that I'm hunting, that I'm going there because I've seen turkeys on this particular ridge. I've been hunting the next ridge to the south, and I've been seeing turkeys on there, but I can never get on any of them. And so I decided to try this other spot, and it was quite the hike. You're going to see I'm quite sweaty, and it's just sweaty. Was not expecting to see a turkey. I jumped the turkey, and it all happened quick. And sorry that I don't have the actual footage of the hunt, but I try to go into detail of kind of what happened. And so with that, enjoy the hunt. And remember, it's the spring 2021 Utah general season turkey hunt. Enjoy. Guys, I just shot my turkey. It's walking up. I'm gonna take a break in the shade of this tree. He's flopping down there. I might need to go down there, finish him off. I'll get back. Okay, he stopped moving. Oh, that was quick. I should have been recording on the way up, but I jumped him. Sitting in the shade of the tree. I think there's still one over here in a bush. Might be a hen. I hear him clucking and nothing flew off. I was just hiking up the hill, and was gonna take a break in the tree, in the shade of this tree, around in the corner. I did not expect him to jump, but he did. Let's see if I can kind of show you. I'm walking up from behind this tree here. See my pack there. Right here in this sagebrush, he jumped. Flew just a little bit, landed somewhere in here and was running. And I shot him right down in there. Go check him out. It might get a little hairy. I downed him right in there. He's under that tree here. Walking up on him. What do you think, guys? Hot dog. Alright guys, there's the spring 2021 turkey hunt. Oh man. Saw a shot. Gonna go up there, hang out in that shade of that tree, drink some water. He jumped up somewhere in here, and I think there's another one that was right here. I hear clucking, but he made a play and he ran, flew kind of down around in here, and then somewhere in here shot him. I think it was about right here, and then he crawled and passed underneath this tree. Not a bad way to go, but now comes the fun of the pack out. But it's fun packing out heavy, I guess. Happened quick, a couple seconds. I had to make a decision, but made a good one. We'll catch up with you guys later. Keep pushing through your struggles, you guys. Keep pushing. It pays off. Alright guys, gotta do the most important thing. Gotta notch the old tag here. So we are, let's see, pull out the old phone. May 19th is the official day. So let's detach. And then let's find May. There we go. Got her notched, legal, packing out. Oh, what a relief. Keep pushing, guys. Keep pushing through your struggles. It's fun. How struggles are there to make you stronger, I guess, but man, you gotta keep pushing.
Wow, Joe. So that was exciting to watch the ending of that, or just see how you were so excited about it. I wish that we could have saw the lead up to that video.
I wish you could too.
Yeah, I definitely understand how frustrating it is because you don't know what you're gonna get into.
No,
you don't know if you're gonna actually see something, so you don't record or whatever.
Right. Well, like all it was,
everything happens like that.
Exactly. And all it was just me hiking up this hill and getting my butt kicked by this hill, and like, so this was after work, and so like I've been trying to do the whole, you ain't gonna kill anything if you're sitting on your couch at home,
Right.
So like every day after work I was going up into where I've seen turkeys, and like I said, I just switched it up and went up this other ridge, and I was trying to beat the clock too. I was trying to race the sun, so I was pushing myself, and I was looking forward to relaxing in the shade of that tree. And and I was gonna relax and catch my breath, and then I was gonna start hunting, but little did I know I was gonna flush a turkey.
Yeah, turkey gods had other plans for you.
They did.
That's amazing. I'm so proud of you, or so happy for you to get that.
Yeah.
Get that turkey, and You could see through the video how excited you were,
I just remember sitting there and like, because I had to make a split second decision because I didn't know the turkey was there, and so he took off, did a little run, then jumped up and flew. So I had to go through is there a beard? Is it a male turkey? Because that's what I could hunt. So it wasn't like I was like, oh, there's a turkey over there. Is it legal?
Right.
Like, here's this turkey, and I had to make the decision, like if I could shoot this turkey, and luckily, like I did see the beard, so like I was, oh yeah, he is a tom, so I was able to pull the trigger on him, but like it was like holy cow, it happened quick.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was
Oh, and I was going to point out too, maybe I'll try to enter a picture. I think this one was a fighter because if you notice, his spurs weren't all that sharp. Usually turkeys they feel like their spurs are longer and sharper, but his were worn down and rounded. And he was missing a couple of his tail feathers were broke off. Like, oh really? Yeah. So
he's just angry.
That's my guess. He was a fighter or something because. I don't know. I don't think I shot off the feathers, which I guess I could have because he was facing away from me, but they were down. Anyways, like I said, it was just kind of interesting to kind of look at some of that. And yeah, so now we got to watch my hunt, which was a couple years old by now by us putting it out. So sorry about taking so long to get that out, guys, but a little nervous on just putting a short little clip together on the aftermath of a turkey hunt. But thanks for watching, and sorry. But at the same time, now that Eric here has become the almighty deer slayer, we have another video that we can add to the turkey hunt and give you guys a little bit more to watch. So I guess what are we gonna see here, Eric, in your clip of your deer hunt?
Well, you're gonna see a dead deer.
Whoa.
So
hot dog.
No, so this video is pretty much. I made a phone call to Joe. I think I explained it in the video, but I made a phone call to Joe, and Joe's like, "Well, you got to record something. You got to record like how you're feeling right now, and like a little bit." So I talk about that, and yeah, it was one of those things. Same way as Joe's. I just wasn't filming at the time. I kind of gave up on the idea of filming because I wasn't seeing much, and so I wasn't worried about filming. I was just zoned in on trying to get a deer, and then I got it, and then I kicked myself in the butt for not filming. So with that, you'll just kind of see the reaction of me getting the deer, and I tried to make it kind of funny and a little bit of humor in there. So yeah, I think you'll enjoy the video.
And then I want to throw in there too it's a unique buck, and it's almost in a way a once in a lifetime buck, and I'm throwing it out there, and you guys are thinking like Eric just killed the new Colorado state record. But I just want to make sure you guys pay attention and know that I guess we acknowledge it too, is that the antlers are a little bit unique, and we'll just leave it at that and let you guys watch the video, and we'll come back and talk about it a little bit.
Sounds good to me.
Enjoy, guys.
Hey, struggling hunters. I'm doing my buck season right now. And it's been a tough hunt. Just haven't really seen anything. And it's Friday, the 11th hour, and I got my buck. So I'm pretty excited. I mean, the thoughts are is it's crazy how it works, man. I got to thank God. I was telling God, I was like, God, just please let me get something, let me get something to help feed my family and stuff, because it's been a tough week. I just haven't seen nothing, and I feel like He really came through. There was like a little forked horn that I saw right before him, and I mean, I could have shot him, but I was like, I just don't want to take a forked horn, So I was kicking myself in the butt, thinking, maybe I should have, and at the last minute, I decided I wasn't gonna do it, and anyways, so I was kind of kicking myself, going, man, I probably missed my opportunity, and I swear this guy came in. He came in on me, like I moved a little bit and it startled him. He didn't see me. I was just standing there in place, and he didn't see me. And so I was just standing there in place, and then I moved a little bit once I saw him, and then he caught me. So I was trying to grab my gun and get it around my shoulder, and he started running, so I just pulled up as quick as I could and tried to do a little deer grunt, and he kind of stopped for a second. I just pulled that trigger, and he dropped right away. So I kind of had I think I did an okay shot on it, but man, I'll tell you what, like the struggling hunters, it's no joke, because we have struggled. Elk season was a son of a gun for me and Joe, and here we are. Finally something works out, something goes good. It's been one heck of a season, one heck of a couple years, and last year I did get my doe, so I mean I got a little success there, and that was great. But getting a buck, really kind of solidifies something. So I feel good. Man, he was 25 yards away. I could have shot him with my bow. The whole reason I had the gun though is because I'm like, man, if they're out there a ways or whatever, I just want to get my buck and call it good. Anyway, got my buck, and here we are. So I'm gonna process them, start carrying them back to the truck, and I'm pretty excited, and thanks guys for all the years of sticking with us at the Struggling Hunters, and through the lack of success that we've had, here we are. And so thank you guys for everything that you've done, and supporting us and sticking with us and everything, and just want to say thanks for everything. And man, I'm so excited. I jinxed myself. I gotta tell you one quick story before I sign out. I jinxed myself the other day because I told my boss, because I got the whole week off, and I told my boss, I said, I hope that I get something early so I can have the whole week off and relax, get some stuff done around the house. And I came out here and hunted every day, and the 11th hour I finally got something. But I'm pretty happy. So thanks for everything, guys, and we did it. November 18th, 2022. We got a buck. Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, welcome back. Hopefully you got to see a little bit of Eric's raw emotion in this hunt. And I guess we'll come back when we'll start right off the bat on what we left with the saying to pay attention to the antlers, and we'll address that, and then we'll skip over it real quick and go into a little bit more explanation from Eric. So how about that rack?
Yeah, that rack, it kind of seemed unique. It was very proportioned, like a whitetail rack on a mule deer.
Right, the mule deer body.
And matter of fact, you told me later on that you and your uncle, I think, were looking at the picture, and you guys were both like, yeah, it almost looks like a whitetail.
Yeah.
And but it was a muley through and through. So it was interesting though with that rack.
You know, and I will say that with that rack too, it's been, you know, like I show people, and the people that understand deer, you know, like what a muley should look like and what a whitetail should look like, it always seems to be the topic of discussion is the formation of the rack.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You know, like the people, like I said, that know what they're talking about, like that looks like a whitetail rack.
Yeah, it's very interesting that it's proportion, or that it's can't think of the word I'm trying to say, the actual word I'm trying to say, but the shape of it really does look like a whitetail. I don't know if that's what you guys thought. Leave a comment below if you agree with us on that. But.
Yeah, or what you think the process, how that got there. The one guy he threw out there, he's like, was it an older buck that's just regressing?
Yeah,
or, you know, like, but it didn't seem like it was an older buck.
I thought he was a young buck, younger, like three or four.
Like maybe. He didn't have a lot of gray, and I believe he had teeth in his mouth and stuff. They weren't worn down.
Yeah, he did.
So, and the other thing too to kind of point out is it's not a whitetail area, meaning I don't think anyone's ever seen any whitetail in this area.
Not that I know of.
Right.
There's whitetail in Colorado, but it's
on the eastern side.
Yeah, Front Range, eastern side. I've never seen a whitetail in Colorado, and it bums me out. I wish Colorado had more whitetail. Matter of fact, I might be talking. I might not be 100% correct, but I think a lot of the whitetail hunting is just on the Front Range or on the eastern side rather, and it's mostly private.
Right. No, that's like I said. When I've looked at a map where you can hunt whitetail, at least where you can hunt, usually where you can hunt whitetail, there's just, you know, like it's. I was going to say that's where you hunt whitetail.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I guess we'll skip over that because I think, you know, again, like Eric said, leave a comment. We want to hear.
Yeah.
But anything else you want to share on this success of this mule deer?
Well, if you guys listen to the podcast, I've definitely talked about it. I got that thing on the 11th hour, literally the 11th hour, and last day, right before dark. Probably an hour to an hour and a half before dark.
And I kind of want to throw in there, you know, if you haven't listened to the podcast, go back and listen to the podcast. He talks a little bit about kind of the day, but just before a little bit before you saw this buck, you saw a little forky buck.
I saw a forky. Yeah.
Tell us about your thoughts on that.
Well, because
like you said, it was the 11th hour, and the buck that you end up shooting was like the 11:30 hour.
Pretty much. Not to go too much into detail on it because it is on the podcast, but I saw a little forky buck right before I saw this buck that you saw, and I contemplated big time. Am I gonna shoot it? Am I here for meat or am I here for horns? And I was kicking myself on both sides of that decision. And, you know, in a weird way, I kind of felt like the Lord blessed me with the bigger buck because I chose to let him go, the smaller buck go. I mean, I don't know, it might sound funny, but it just felt like I was blessed a little bit because I let him go, and I'm sitting there kicking myself going, did I do the right thing?
Well, what was the other train of thought that you had too?
Well,
I mean, I know we talk about it in the podcast, but I feel it's worth mentioning.
I didn't say that part about like God blessing me about it, but on the podcast. But the other train of thought is, and I don't know why I thought this, but there was another train of thought where I was like, you know, sometimes whenever you see a smaller buck, there's kind of a bigger buck around.
Right.
And he might pop out somewhere. And he popped out. He was 25 yards away out in the open. We didn't see each other for I don't know how long. I was standing there like a tree. I think he literally thought I was a tree or something. Like he just didn't see me.
Right.
And I didn't see him. And then I just happened to look up and there he was. And we both kind of surprised each other. And but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just went off of a little bit of instinct, I guess, and I was just like, if I wait around here, there might be a bigger buck popping out somewhere around here, and it happened. Like I did say in the podcast, the selfish side of me said, man, if I would have let him go, maybe there would be a bigger one pop out too. But it was the 11th hour. 11:30 hour, so I couldn't wait anymore. So no, it was such an exciting hunt, and it meant a lot to me. I did get a doe the year before, but like there's just something different about going after those bucks and even trying to, I would have been happy that I would have got that Forky if I would have chose that, but I would have been happy. We would have had some deer meat and stuff, but there would have been a part of me that just still didn't feel the success, Yeah. And now that I got that bigger buck, I feel like
Well, it's like kind of a lesson too, like you said, you feel like the Lord blessed you in the bigger buck, and at the same time, like showing a little bit of restraint. Like it wasn't so much that you were against getting the Forky, but at the same time, like you had those thoughts and those feelings, and you're like, well, and that does happen, and this is an opportunity where that could happen, and you held out for what you thought you should do, and it actually paid off.
Right. No, it did, and it was just one of those things that, like, all the work that me and Joe put into this, and to have that amount of success, the only thing that I was missing was you.
Right.
You had some family obligations, and so, I mean, you couldn't be there, but it really solidified what we're doing.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do, where we're trying to go.
And
so it meant a lot. It had a lot of back end meaning,
right? Little bit of closure too, in a way. Not to get a little personal, is how hard we hunted over the years, and how hard you hunted this deer hunt to actually like have a plan come together that paid off, and a learning experience that actually. Yeah, that was, you're able to take it and make it yours, and have a story that's unique, and
yeah, well, yeah, you're right. I mean, I'll never forget that. Life is about having moments in life, and that was a moment that I'll cherish forever, and it really meant a lot to me, and it just really solidified a lot of hard work, man. Like Joe said, like we've been hunting for a while together, doing this this channel, and not really always coming up short and going, man, like what are we doing wrong? and they finally just all come together, and hopefully the success starts coming. And
well, we can say though that you're at least. You got a streak for deer hunting.
I do. Every time I've drawn for deer tag, I've been successful.
Yeah.
So I'm good at deer.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
I'm just not very good at elk hunting. Son of a gun. Or turkey hunting, actually. This guy's the turkey champ over here.
Well, when you hunt like I hunt turkeys, it just happens.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Yeah, it just happens. Well, but hey, for both of us though, right? You try to do all the right things, put yourself in the right spots, whatever, and then the day that you got success, you and the turkey just happen to be running into each other,
right.
And,
happen to be on the same trail.
Yeah, me and the deer just kind of happen to be in the same area,
Right.
It's good luck for me, bad luck for him.
Like they say, you ain't gonna shoot anything sitting back at home on the couch. So
exactly, and that's. Yeah, I've heard that too. Is being the only way you're gonna find success is if you're out there hunting.
Yeah.
And I mean, with this hunt, like I don't want to turn this into a podcast necessarily, but with this hunt, I will say that I hunted hard. I hunted all week long. I did take one day off But other than that, I like worked I hunted the whole time. And I mean, it wasn't until the 11th hour, and I was hoping to get some early because I had time off of work, and I was like, man, it'd be nice to get some early.
Right.
And so, what I learned, I guess my biggest takeaway, and I think I forgot to talk about this in the podcast, but my biggest takeaway was don't give up until you absolutely can't do it anymore. And so, if there's any advice out there, just don't give up. But there was a lot of guys, man, like I'll tell you, where I was whenever I was packing the deer out and back to my truck, I didn't talk to any other guys, but there was a lot of guys driving out of there with their heads down going, I didn't get nothing this year. And I just happened to get lucky and get something, So I will say, the area that I hunted, it was a draw for deer.
So this was a late season
deer, but it was also during the elk season, which is a general area for the elk. The amount of pressure and traffic in that area was unbelievable, and I seen it a lot during archery too. And one thing that's, I don't know if this is for this video necessarily, but it probably is better on a podcast. But one thing that I really put a lot of thought in is I don't know if trophy units are they're great for the people that draw the tags,
right? But
with point creep and it taking longer and longer to draw those and everything, like it kind of stinks for everybody, because the people that don't draw out, where do they go? They go to the general units. So everybody goes and bottles up at the general units, and everybody's trying to get their deer. The only thing that helped me this year, or what I feel like helped me with that buck, bringing it back to the buck, is Thursday, the day before the hunt, or it was over, because it went from Saturday to Friday. Thursday, the day before the hunt, I saw so many people leaving. And they were leaving early too. They were leaving early in the morning, like before noon. Some afternoon, but most everybody was like leaving around, I would say, between 10 and 12. And then Friday there was even a ton more people that left. So that mountain got a lot less clustered. Yeah. And I say that because those guys, they were like, we haven't got nothing the last whatever, missing mama at home. Let's go home, or whatever that it was. But I noticed a lot of people leaving. I'm like, staying out here, man. I ain't going, let them go, open this mountain up to me. And at the end of the day, though, I think it was helpful because the pressure kind of let up a little bit. And there's still a lot of people out there. There's more people than I thought would be out there, but the pressure let up. So with that, like I said, I'm dragging this on to almost a podcast style, but
yeah. So I guess we'll just do like we say. We'll just do a hard out here, and I just want to close by saying, don't give up till after the 11:30 hour. Make the most of your time when you're out there, and success comes. It might just be the 11:30 hour.
It might be.
And thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't, like, subscribe, tell a friend, and we have 2023 coming up, and as we said before, we got some changes to the platform as far as videoing and what we're putting out, so look forward to some more new stuff, and we'll talk to you guys later.
And turkey season's coming up. I'm getting one this year.
He is we actually found some turkeys.
Yeah no, I feel like feel pretty promising about that.
Yep.
This is pretty much a podcast.
Take care, guys.
Later.